Hey, what's up, racers? We got Mike D in the house. You know, Big Mike, co-host, also host of the show. We got another episode of Nifty Race. What's up, Mike D? How you doing?
Doing great, man. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Glad to
Doing
have you
awesome,
on.
man. Thanks for asking. Why don't we talk about Wax Fusion, dude?
Sure, yeah, let's talk about it. It's a liquid staking protocol. I'm sure you guys are familiar with LSW at this point from Alcor.
No, actually, I have no idea what LSW is.
All right,
And
so
probably not a lot of our viewers as well. So please
LSW
explain it.
it's a liquid staking token. So basically, when you buy Wax right now, if you just kind of forget about Wax Fusion and what LSW is and all that stuff, if you buy Wax, you kind of have two options. You can stake it, and then it's locked up. You earn the 8%. You have to wait 3 days to get it back if you ever want it back. Or your other option is you can use it for stuff. You can have it liquid. Use it to provide liquidity in some pool or lend it out if there was a lending protocol or whatever the case may be. You can have your Wax available for that, but you're not earning the 8%. So Alcor developed the first liquid staking token on Wax, which is basically you deposit your Wax into Alcor, into their contract, and they give you a receipt token, kind of like when you provide liquidity. The token's called LSW. So you have this LSW in your wallet that you can go and use for stuff on Wax, putting it in a liquidity pool or a farm or lending it out to someone or whatever. But the Wax that you gave them, they're staking that for you, and they're giving you the 8%. So you're doing both things at once. You don't have to choose anymore. You can earn, and you have the liquid tokens at the same time. So Wax Fusion is kind of like a more advanced or more complicated version of that. It's the same concept, but instead of just having the voting rewards that you get from the system, we're going to give you a token, and you're going to earn from voting rewards from your Wax. You're going to earn your Wax can be rented out for CPU, so you're going to earn fees from CPU rentals. Then there's also going to be protocol-owned Wax, which is Wax that's locked in our smart contracts forever. That's never going to be taken out. It's not owned by anybody. The protocol owns it. That's going to be generating voting rewards that are also going to go to users. And then that Wax is also going to be rented out just like the user Wax. And the fees from that are also going to go to users. So you're going to be earning from like 4 different things. And you have a liquid token in your wallet at the same time that you can go and use for whatever. If you provide liquidity, our token is called LS Wax on Wax Fusion. If you take that LS Wax and you go and provide liquidity on Alcor for like LS Wax and I don't know, USDT or something, that token is auto compounding while it sits in the liquidity pool. So you're earning the voting, the staking rewards, the CPU rental fees. You're earning all that while you're also earning from having your tokens in the liquidity pool.
That's so dope.
Yeah. The only thing you miss out on is
sounds
CPU.
amazing.
The only thing you miss out on is the CPU, but we have the CPU rental on there.
Maybe you could like somehow credit users with some CPU for their stake or something like that too in the future.
It's something that we can consider, but it's really complicated because of the way that everything has to be tracked on an individual user basis. And one of the issues that I have with the core contracts on Wax, but I'm not sure if there's a good solution for it.
Yeah, I mean, is the juice worth the squeeze too at that point, right? You know, this is good setup already, man. That's amazing. I'm working with another project. I'm not going to bring it up, but they're on the Ethereum side trying to revolutionize staking, and this is kind of up the alley. I probably shouldn't be saying that on here, but yeah, this is really cool, man. See, this is what I always tell people on other streams. Wax has been doing this way before a lot of people and revolutionizing certain things, and this is honestly like kind of a killer thing with staking and holder rewards. You know, we've always done shit here first, and then you know, Ethereum
Everyone else bites it.
Everybody bites it. We get no love over here, man. It's people like you. I mean, dude, if I could
It's
bring
because
you
stuff is possible here.
to every chain, you'd be a rich man, very rich
Dude,
man.
stuff is it's so much easier to build on Wax and then take that idea and
I'm
make
gonna
it
do
a
a GoFundMe for
concept.
Mike and get like $1 million and just take him cross chain and call it a day, dude.
Dude, I've been trying to get him to go cross chain on a bunch of shit.
I'm starting to look at other chains right now. I don't know where to start. I do want to point out quick. I don't want to take credit for the concept of liquid staking. That's we're not the first to that. That's been out on Ethereum for a while and stuff. But with our CPU mechanics on Wax. This is a very unique protocol that's not really anywhere else.
It's dope.
I do want to start going cross-chain just because I probably shouldn't really say this, but I'm not very enthusiastic about where Wax is headed right now.
No. You want to be able to access liquidity on other chains and then encourage users to come to Wax because it's easier to use, right?
Well, no, ideally that actually is the truth. If I do
Yeah.
build somewhere else, I would like it to be somehow compatible with my existing stuff on Wax so you could bridge over.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pretend like that's the main reason I'm looking elsewhere right now.
No, but I mean, you can sell people on Wax too, right? It's like, hey, you can use the service on ETH or you can use it on Matic or Sol or whatever, but it's going to cost you this amount of money. But hey, if you bridge your shit over to Wax, then it's basically free to use. So that's kind of another selling point, right?
Absolutely. What I really would like to do once this is launched, which should be soon, I'm waiting on the Wax team to actually audit one of the, there's 4 contracts for Wax Fusion. They've audited 3 of the 4 already. I'm waiting for them to audit the last one. But once that's approved, ideally, I would really like to get LS Wax integrated into the base bridge and be able to bridge this back and forth to the base.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
I think that could give a lot of
Super sick.
exposure to Wax because people could be on a DEX on base and see LS Wax, and maybe they might come and join and take advantage of it, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a move. Base is popping right now. I honestly, and you know, a lot of the solutions that we're talking about with wallets right now, they're at the beginning stages of that kind of. I think they are going to be the first one to create that seamless integration with most chains. I mean, they kind of already have. You can send Wax over there. You can swap it already. I know Base is a little bit different, but I mean, kind of not really. I mean, so you can kind of do it all in-house. You know, you don't have to do a lot of things to do things. But once they optimize that wallet, I do think there's going to be some opportunity for all the chains that have those barriers that we were talking about earlier. Base is the shit, dude. Like, yeah.
Base is doing everything right. Like, if there was anybody to follow the example of, it would be Base, in my opinion. Just first of all, their core business model from day one was basically like, we understand that everybody on the planet wants to make money. People ask, how do I make money? Come to my app and do it as easy as possible in a few clicks. Now you have crypto. Like, that's number one. And then now number 2 is they're just opening the floodgates to move all those users to the base chain seamlessly, like with the smart wallet and stuff. They're doing everything right. And the way that they're onboarding people with grants and having all these initiatives, build on base, it's base summer, you know, all this stuff. I'd love to see more things like that on Wax.
The next meme coin revolution, it will be on Base. It's already started to kick off. Solana, you're seeing a million meme coins a day drop, and I bring that up because
Why
meme coins aren't
Solana
for
has meme
everybody.
coins and nothing else, right?
Yeah, meme coins aren't for everybody, but when you
No,
start to see the
but
transition,
do you know why that's the case on Solana?
no.
Because it's literally impossible to build anything else over there. Like it's like meme coins are the easiest thing to build on Sol. So that's what everybody does, essentially.
Yeah, but my point with that was when you start to see the transition in meme coins, that's where the attention and those new NFT buyers, new people coming in, those are the chains that we want to target because they're going to get a lot of those new NFT buyers that we were talking about earlier, people who know how to use that stuff. So yeah, I mean, when you see that transition happening from 1 million meme coins on Solana a day to like a handful of really successful meme coin projects on Base, you know, that's where people should be looking, man. And then when you dive into their tools, like we were just talking about, man, they're going to change the game if they haven't already at this point.
Yeah, and their transactions on Base are like less than a penny. So, I mean,
you can set up a token for like $8 right now by using outside tools that still launch the token on Base. You know, you don't have to pay those thousands of dollars in Ethereum fees over there because still launching a contract over there is still not as cheap. If you're doing an Ethereum token, I believe, from what I was told. But if you utilize outside tools, you can do it for like $10. Do you have more to talk about with Wax Fusion, or did we kind of close the door on that? Is there more for the audience to know? I mean, how do they get into it? They just need a Wax wallet, right?
Yeah, just need a Wax wallet and some Wax. It's not launched yet. This is on testnet. They could play around on testnet if they want, but I'll share more info when it's on mainnet. As far as more info, the only thing I didn't really mention is that this is open source, 100% open source, and it's going to be under multi-sig with
That's awesome.
The Wax team and some guilds. So It's like true DeFi. It's as DeFi as you can get with on a chain that the people running it have admin keys to, basically.
Also, too, if you want to do videos as you update your community on some of the stuff you're doing right now, that would be cool. You know, I would definitely put some time aside to do that with you if you like, just so we can do explainers and go through the stuff like that, man. I think it would be great. This is really cool.
That'd be awesome, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, anytime. All right. So we have one more site. So we have, where is it at? WaxDAO Token Farms. Let's touch on that for a minute. Tell us what that's all about. Over to share.
Yeah. So basically, we've had farms on WaxDAO for like since the beginning, where you could create a token farm. Like people can stake your token, and you can reward them with the token. There were a lot of issues with it because, well, first of all, you could only reward with one token as a reward token, and second of all, it was really inefficient. We had scripts running every hour, like to calculate who was in the farm and how much they were owed for that hour, and it was just like a whole nightmare. So I redid everything. So we have this new version now that I just launched a couple of weeks ago, and basically you can create farms for your token. You can reward people with up to 10 different tokens, and they don't have to be like tied to each other. Like one reward can run for a month, and some other reward could run for a week. They're all independent of each other. But most importantly, there's no scripts that need to be ran. You can claim every second, just like a real DeFi project on any other chain. So rewards just keep accruing over time. There's no scripts. We also launched like a partner program for this, so other people can deploy their own token farm websites. And there's a smart contract for that we launched, which is open source. And yeah, it's pretty cool. We actually, I don't know if it's live on their front end yet, but Nifty Blocks is implementing this in Launchbags. They're our first partner. So
we could make our own farm page essentially, like for like dustismagic.com or Nifty Race or something like that if we wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. If you wanted to be WaxDAO basically, and you wanted people to go to your site and be able to create farms for their token and pay you.
I just want to simplify it and just give them options for my tokens. That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you could do that.
That's super cool, man. When did you implement that?
About 2 weeks ago, I'd say.
Oh, wow.
I know
that's awesome.
The UI, again, needs work, but
I know people who can help you with that.
Honestly, I'm just glad that I've made this available for other people to build on, because like Nifty showed me some previews of theirs, and it looks better than mine, and I'm totally fine with that. I'm happy that I think that's what we need for our chain to move forward, is more open source things that you can build on with custom APIs, and just like Atomic Assets. I'd say that's why Atomic Assets has such a foothold, and nobody could really launch a new NFT standard on Wax. I mean, they can, but like Atomic Assets is so deeply integrated into everything, not just because the contract, but because they've made it available for other people to build on. They have, custom API and indexer and stuff that other people can launch, and that's kind of the direction I'm trying to move with anything I build from now on.
Yeah, well, they usurped simple assets, right? Like simple assets basically don't exist anymore. They're still on the chain, but nobody services them because of Atomic. So
I think NFT Hive allows you to do simple asset stuff, but
yeah,
I don't think anyone's really doing it.
No, because it's a pain in the ass. You basically have to like integrate two different standards. So it's a major pain in the ass, and it slows your site down big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say I'm sitting on like 10 Wojaks. What would somebody like me do? Because I've been buying Wojaks since you dropped them. I did sell a few, but
that's awesome, like man. 10. They went up like 10x, I think, so far.
Yeah, dude.
They were
dude, you do more every time you do any kind of vote, bro. They go insane. So do some more votes, please.
Yeah, I will. Well, as far as what you could do with them, it doesn't really make sense to burn them for like tools anymore, because it's so much cheaper to do it with WaxDAO, like the token. But those Wojaks are backed with 25,000 WaxDAO tokens each. So if you burn one, you have 25,000 WaxDAO, which I haven't looked at the market.
I wish that I didn't, because they're worth more than the WaxDAO tokens now.
Yeah. I think that's something like 900 wax right now, if I remember correctly. So
Did you ever think about implementing the waxed out tokens for voting as well?
that's absolutely what I want to do. I want to make a custom DAO, just like I was talking about before. I want to make a custom DAO where you can vote with Wojaks and with the waxed out tokens. And
Nice.
like, if you were to vote with the Wojak, it would just count as whatever it's backed with, 25,000 waxed out.
Nice. That's sick.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Yeah.
That's super sick. Because right now it's like you're like basically just have the Wojaks voting, and that's why it's pumping it so much, because there's literally like next to no supply of those anymore. So
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how everything has turned out, but that's how it was designed like that on purpose.
yeah, for sure. And I really like the way you did that, like when you cut off the mint and then all of a sudden the token just started firing, because it's like you literally made it so that it's worth more as it goes up, kind of thing, so that people can continue to buy it. And it's never like it's like you would rather just pay in wax because it's cheaper. It's always cheaper to pay in waxed out, right? I really like that, the way you did that, for sure.
Absolutely. And if people do pay with wax, that still gets used to buy back wax now and burn it and stuff anyway. So
That's sick.
and the tools used to be either you burn a Wojak or you pay 25,000 waxed out. Now, as the waxed out price goes up, the tools go down and how much waxed out you have to pay.
So you take all of that wax and buy waxed out, and then you burn it for every single one, or
100, yeah, it's not like 100% that goes to burns. It's some goes to buy, but it also depends on what's in the wallet, right? So if like if the fees wallet collected, let's say I don't know, 10,000 wax and 500 wax worth of waxed out tokens, in that case, there's such an imbalance. It would make sense to buy back some waxed out because I have so much extra wax. But if I had a bunch more waxed out and not a lot of wax, I'd probably provide some LP with the wax that I do have, and then just burn the remaining waxed out or something like that.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the ratio of what's in there.
Cool, I like that a lot.
It's rare that you hear project leaders and just creators in general talk like that about the community while they're building too. You know, I mean, it's not rare, but I mean, it seems like you have your community in mind. You're looking out for them, the liquidity. I mean, the price of the token, the people who have bought in the past, even the Wojak holders. I mean, you're looking out for everybody. That's a lot of moving parts, man. You know, kudos to you.
Thank you, man. That's that was always the intent. Even, you know, I don't know how long you guys have been following, but probably close to a year before I even dropped the Wojaks and before Waxed Out even existed, I tried to make this stupid NFT project, Hood Punks it was called. I don't know if either one of you guys know about it, but it was really terrible. It was
part of that, right? Initially,
I was like the second I was the second person on Wax to do like a generative PFP project. It was pretty much a flop, but there were some people that bought into it, and those people, like a year later, when I finally decided to build some, sorry for cursing. I don't know if you do that on here.
It's all good. Yeah,
I just edited it out. Don't worry. It's just more work for me. It's fine.
When I finally decided to build a project, all those people who were holding the Hood Punks got airdropped Wojaks. So like anybody who's ever given me money basically to buy an NFT or whatever, you know, they've gotten their money's worth out of it. I didn't ever leave anybody behind.
Yeah,
That's
no, I noticed
sick,
that,
dude.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do that. You know, they're like, times are tough. I'm sick. My dog's got to go to the vet. Sorry, I got to bail on the project. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Are you,
Well,
are you serious?
I mean, Nifty Race, right? We're including Nifty Wizards NFTs. We're including Dust. Like, we're trying to do exactly the same thing. Bring our other communities in and like make it a big ecosystem rather than just be like, oh yeah, these other projects didn't really work out very well, so we're just gonna do this new one over here and like hopefully you guys buy into that too. It's like, no, that's not how we roll.
Yeah, and what we're doing too, I mean, a lot of people don't see it happening, but I'll say it right here and there. I mean, there's a lot of communities that are underserved, creators and project leaders that are taxed and not making enough money. And we need to kind of come together and work together and start doing what other chains are doing, because they're taking most of the community because they're innovating and they're building things that people want to do. Play to earn games, all that fun stuff. If we rally together, which we're trying to do here with Nifty Race and just Dust in general, we could really, you know, create a roundtable of wax heads and get together and everybody can eat and win. You know, that's the direction we're going in. We're starting with Dust first, obviously. We've already started to engage with the community via these videos. But our ultimate direction is for all of us to work together so we can start to bring people over to Wax, branch out into other chains, because I have multiple shows also, and I work for other people on other chains, you know, all the other chains for sure, you know. So I think it benefits everybody for us to start here, build here, branch out like we already started. We already have, you know, we have the Polygon token too. And if we do that, I mean, the possibilities to me are kind of endless. There's a lot of people here, man, that are just waiting for that.
Yeah, I think it's really good for us to actually try and bring the community together a little bit more, and for everyone to participate and get to know each other, because like we're kind of fragmented in our little project bubbles right now. So if we can come together and like actually make some noise, I think that'll be huge for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, every time we get something started here, Mike, at both mics, even, you probably know this, somebody's right behind you trying to build off of that and compete with you rather than trying to work with you and build with you. Now it just creates like everybody doing their own Wax DAO or a Nifty Race. And it's like, come on, not everybody's going to win here. But if we work together, everybody could get the attention and kind of serve their community further, you know. So that's just my thought. I know it's a bigger picture, perfect world type scenario, but it's totally possible.
No, I agree 100% on that mindset, and that's why I've also mentioned that I shifted focus a little bit, and now anything I built from this point forward is meant to have the option for other people to build on it, you know, without them having to feel like they're sacrificing any chance of them getting users. Like with the token farms, like I said, Nifty's building on it. Like I designed it like that on purpose so that they can do that and they can still make money off of their token farms. And they can have their own UI, you know, and they could hopefully they do it better than me and they get my users. You know, I'm still happy with that because they're building on my thing. And I feel like that's how all products should be built with that in mind. Because
You should get a percentage of that from their contract anyways, right? So
I do. I made it like that so that I get something. If they create a farm, at the end of the day, it goes back to my main contract. So I make something, but they're also able to make something. And then at that point, it's just about who has the better UI, which for now is definitely going to be them. Which
you're basically decentralizing it, which is dope. I love that.
But that's what you want because that's how you create standards. Like I mentioned, that's exactly what Atomic Assets did. And now it's like, why would I build another NFT standard when we have Atomic Assets? It's open source, you know?
Yep.
So.
And why would I build another token staking farm when I could just build my own UI and fucking use your contracts?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get into some more fun. That was good. That was great, man. I'm gonna definitely head over to the Token Farm and Wax Fusion later and check those out. Wax Fusion,
I think we're gonna have to split this one into 2 episodes or something.
I mean, we're under an hour, so we're already doing better than the last one with Mike from EOS USA. Shout outs to Mike from EOS USA.
Oh yeah, we gotta get him on again.
Dude,
actually,
he's such a fun guy, man.
Yeah,
I really want to dive into that car project, but we'll talk about that later for sure.
Yeah.
Nifty Race. So, Mike, have you played it yet? Wait, you can't see it yet, so maybe not yet.
All right.
Now you can go.
So yeah,
Sorry,
did you?
I'm on mute. I was sitting here trying to talk to myself.
Where's Al? I'm like, this is Al. Where's Al on this one?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say,
and then made it worth, you know, like made it.
Anybody who's ever gotten into